Good afternoon. Welcome to my Tuesday live at 5. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. I just wanted to catch the news on the top of the hour, just to see what was going on. So, here we are, Tuesday already, another week hurtling by. What I wanted to share with you today is a new beginner's Christmas card making kit. Now, I do my class in a box and kits for more experienced crafters, because they have the ability then to do whatever they want with the designs. But a couple of people had asked me previously if I did a beginner's kit. Hi Carol, hi Lynn. So I decided, as that these lovely papers we have available are really easy to use and have a wide variety of Christmas images, I thought I'd put together a beginner's card making kit. There's no stamping involved. It's just using the papers and the components of the kit that I put together for you. The only thing you'll need, hi Jane, is a good pair of quality scissors and some glue. Now, if you're crafting with young family, then a Pritt stick or something like that, a glue stick of some kind, would do the job. I do sell this liquid glue, and if you're a crafter with me, you probably already have some of this available. There are some foam pads included in the pack, as you will see, and that really is all you'll need. Everything else has been cut up for you, ready to fit the cards that you can create. And you can create a variety of cards. I've put some samples together. And with the kit, you will get a video that shows you how to put all the cards together. So let me show you the finished cards. I have to say, some of these were inspired by some cards that our lovely Lynn had done recently. So they're not identical, but she did give me some inspiration. So thank you to the lovely Lynn for that. So the set of papers is called Trimming the Town, which we'll see a bit later. But this kit is £10 and it will make 10 cards, and it comes complete with the card bases and the envelopes. All you've got to do is decide what layers go together and what components you want to cut up with your scissors. So let me run through the cards, and then I'll show you how what you get in the kit, and then I'll put one of the cards together with you so that you can see. So I do apologise to my experienced crafters that are watching, but it may even give you some ideas, of course. So all of the cards are this size, and they all have envelopes. There are some white cards, and there are also some coloured ones. So what you see here is the piece of patterned paper that I put on there, and then these little houses. Now these little houses have been cut up from the papers, and this little sentiment here has also been cut from the papers. So when you come to do this, all you need to do is look at the papers and decide which houses. Now there are plenty to choose from. There's a lot of duplicates, and what I've done in this one is layered them up, some on foam pads and some flat. I've tucked some in behind the back to make it look like there's a complete scene. So there is one. Here's another one with one of the papers, and you'll get some of these pre-punched Christmas trees. This sentiment again has come from the sentiment pages. So you will get a gold one and some coloured ones to match the papers. This red dot is actually the reverse of this side. So if you prefer this one, you can do all of those ones like that. But I did think the red dots were rather nice. I think they do shout a bit of fun at Christmas. All of the circles you'll get included, and all I've done is cut out one of the houses, popped it on top. You'll get some of these little bows ready made, and then I've cut out the little Happy Christmas, and you'll get these little banners as well. This one here has got the papers behind, and then in your packs you've got some white card, and all I've done is torn some strips here and placed it on top of the layer and added in a house in between some of those layers. So I don't know if you can tell from there. Might not be able to. There we go. And I've just added the little Merry Christmas. Like so. Now if you have glitter pens and embellishments of any kind, obviously you can add those to it, but I wanted to keep the cost of the kit down to encourage people to give some card making a go, especially with lockdown imminent. This one here has got the patterned paper with all those fun skaters giving presents and skating, and again I've used the circle and one of the houses. And then on this one, I've just cut up 3 different sentiments to add in. They're all in the red, but there, as you can see, there are different colours of sentiments. There's red and blue and green. This one here uses the top part of one of the papers, and it features this great mountain scene. So this is all pre-printed that you see here. And then all I've done is I've cut up some houses. Now, if you are an experienced crafter with the die cutting machine, we do have machines that will cut these out for you. But this is designed really just so you can cut them out with scissors. They're very straightforward shapes, and very often I'll even cut off the chimney stack or the edges just to make it even easier. I've cut in some no, the tree on that one there is printed, but you could add some trees as well. This one here, where it's got the snow across the front, is part of the printed piece, so I cut it out with that and then just set it in to make it look like it was in part of the snowdrift. You can see that. This one is very similar to a previous one that I did, just adding the house there on the circle. And this is another one of the scenery pieces of card, and as you can see, what I've done is I've added the houses in 3D, and this one here, and then the tree. So you could just leave the whole thing plain and just have a sentiment on it, or you can add elements to it as much as you want. Okay. Here is another one of the samples with all of the people on it, and I've added the sentiment, as you can see underneath here, popped the little shop or house there with a tree on top. And then finally, back to similar to the very first one, just adding these little houses in this little panel here, popped on top of the designer paper. So I hope you like the designs. Let me just catch up on any comments, and then I'll show you the kit as it comes and make a card up with you. Hello Ellen, thank you for joining us. Yes, they are nice easy cards. As I said, I do have Class in a Box, which is and there will be a Class in Box based on these products as well coming out on Friday, but these are just some simple cards to get people creating from home. We put that to the side there. So this is the box as it will come to you. So it will fit through a standard letterbox unless you've got a very tiny letterbox. I'm based in the UK, so these can be shipped out to the UK, Great Britain and Northern Ireland. This is as it will come to you. And I just have some tissue paper in there to protect the contents. And let me open this up for you. So this is the kit as it will come to you. You'll have a sheet of our foam pad dimensionals. You'll have a little pack that has all of the die cuts ready for you. So these ones here and the circles, okay, are all included, and they'll be in a separate little pack, along with some extra little white bits and the Christmas trees. Then you will get these pieces. So these are the ones that will fit onto the card. So these are the backing sheets, and these are already pre-cut to size to fit a card. So if I took that one, for example, you don't have to do any cutting to drop it down to the right size. So you will have 10 of these. So you'll have some of the scenery like so, and then you'll have some, these have got the houses on, but with the the blue sparkly that hasn't got the red dots on the back. So you can see some of the papers here. This is the red dots, that's it, on the back of the trees. Sorry, I gave the wrong information. So as I say, these can all be used on either side. Some of the other sides aren't as interesting, in my opinion. So for example, this one. So I've chosen to use this side in all of the cases. So you'll have 10 of these. Sorry about that one that's been cut out. I was just, I promise you won't get a cutout section in yours. I was just trying something out. So you'll get 10 of those, one each for each of your cards. You'll have 10 envelopes. These are our Whisper White envelopes. You'll have 10 base cards. Let me just get those out. They're right at the bottom here. These are already scored for you, and you will have coloured ones as well as some white ones. So you'll have some red and some blue and some light blue in there, tucked in the bottom. And then these are the components you can cut out from to decorate your cards. If I just put these back. So you've got one sheet here of all these little houses, and these were the ones that I popped onto here. So each of these has got about 6 houses on, and you've got enough there for at least 2 or, well, at least 3 probably, if you wanted to do them all 3 like that. These are the sentiments, so you get 2 sheets of these. These actually come as 6 inches by 12 that I've cut down to 6 inches by 6 inches to post. The actual papers themselves arrive as a 12 by 12 inch paper pack. So if you wanted to go on and do a lot of crafting, then you'd be better off buying the papers themselves, as long as you're happy to cut them up and layer them. So these are the words that I've cut up. You can see they're in 3 different colours. They're in capitals and in lowercase. They're in English, French and German. I'm just looking to see if there was any Dutch there as well. That's why I was hesitating. So here, for example, we've got no peeking, we've got peace on earth, dashing through the snow, greetings of the season, deck the halls, most wonderful time of year. And then there's another sheet with these on. And I promise you one won't be cut off at the bottom. That's because I wanted to cut one off to finish something. So I'll show you how to cut those up, but there's plenty there. If you have friends or family who speak French or German, then that's perfect. You can use those for them as well. And then you'll have 2 sheets of the larger houses that you can cut up. Now, there's nothing to stop you using this as a card base, but my feeling was that's quite big for an A6 card, which is why I've cut components from this, for example, for some of these cards and these ones. So these are the larger houses and trees, and these are the smaller ones. So you'll get 2 sheets of those, 2 sheets of these, and 1 sheet of this design. Now this is the one with the blue snowflakes on the back. So if you wanted to, you could swap these out, use more of these, and for example use that as a backing for one of your cards if you preferred, or use the stripes for the backing if you wanted to do more like that. But that will require you to cut these up. I've chosen what I think are the most versatile ones for the backings of the card. So as I said, there will be a video to show you how to create them, but I will create one with you now just so that you can see. Let me just see who else has joined us. Nobody, I don't think. Linny was the last one to comment. So nice and easy. All I'm going to do is choose a card base. So I'm going to choose a white one. To say they've all been scored for you beforehand. So card base out. And they're all similar in terms of the way that they're done. So it's entirely up to you which one I'll choose to do. I might do one of the scenery ones, which is tucked in here. So I might take this one here. Okay, so this is taken from a full sheet, so you will get different parts of the scenery in your packs. Okay, so I can't guarantee that you'll get the bit with the lake in here. Let me grab a piece with some houses on and a piece for the sentiments. Actually, I might use one that I've already cut up here. So very straightforward. Let me move these out of the way for the moment. All I'm going to do to start with is pop this piece onto my layer, and as I said, this has all been pre-cut. You could put this onto one of the blue cards if you wanted. I've just got the white one to hand, so I'm just going to use that. And I'm adding our multi-purpose glue, but if you're crafting with family, then a Pritt stick or something, a glue stick, would do the job. So just going to pop that on and slide it into place, just making sure it is centered. Now for my card, I might decide that I don't actually want just this little bit of roof showing, so I could decide on cutting out another house, for example, that might fit in its place. So this one looks a good choice. Don't worry about the ones at the side, because you can use those at the sides of your panels as well. So don't think that you wouldn't use those. For example, this tree here, you could cut out and have along the edge. So let me show you that. I'm not going to do a lot of finicky cutting, but for example, I've got this little bit of the house right on the end and I want to cover that up. So what I can do is just cut around my tree and I tend to do straight cuts like so, and I tend to do them all in one direction if I can. 1, 2, and then cut down here. So you do need some sharp scissors. Just going to tease that little one out like so, but you don't have to be massively accurate. Obviously this wouldn't be suitable for very little children, but school age and upwards would cope with that. So what I can do is pop this one right onto the edge here to cover up this piece here, and let's cut out this house here. So what I tend to do is just cut around it to get it out of the piece of card. Like so. Remember to keep all those spare pieces, and then this is very easy, just cut literally straight up, straight across. And if I've got a fiddly roof, sometimes I'll even just cut off the chimney stack altogether. So I can just literally do that. Okay, nobody needs to know it had a chimney stack. It means Father Christmas won't get down, of course. So just straightforward cutting. I'm not doing anything particularly detailed. You could leave a little gap all the way around if you wanted to, or you could cut it really accurately. It's entirely up to you and your style. There we go. So this can now go over here to hide the top of that roof, and I'm absolutely fine with it being in front of the road because I think that makes it look more realistic. Okay, like so. And then if I wanted to, I could add a couple more trees to dot in here. This is quite busy anyway, so all I'm going to do now is choose a sentiment and where to put it, and then I'll fix these down. So I've got some here. I've got tidings of comfort and joy, or from our house to yours. Okay, and you can see what I've done for this is I've literally just cut along with my scissors. If you've got a guillotine, you could cut these by guillotine, but to be honest, I did that with my first lot, and then I had so many tiny little strips everywhere, I kept knocking them off. So I found it's just as easy to leave them on the sheet like so, and then just cut in to get the ones that you want. Like so. Cut up there. So I've got my sentiment or my message, so I could actually put that on the roof if I wanted to, or I could put that, let's move that out of the way, for example in there. It would fit nicely, but there's nothing to stop you cutting this into smaller components. So let's pop this down. Now in your packs you will get a sheet of these foam dimensionals. So all I'm doing is taking them off, and they're hexagonal in shape. I'm probably going to put 5 on this one, like so. Just take the backings off and they just peel really easily. Like so. Oh, I've done that one. as I said, you can cut out as many components as you wish. You could cut more little people out if you wanted to. And I'm just going to put this so that I cover up the top of this tree and the edge of that. And I'm quite happy that I'm going over the line of the road because it looks like that is 3D in front of the road. Here's my tree that I'm going to pop at the side. I'm going to use my glue for this one because it's quite a small area to cover. Let's put that down on there. Like so. And then all I'm going to do with this one is actually go tidings of comfort and joy. I'm going to cut that into 3. This is a great way to fit a sentiment on if it's too big, is to cut it down. And you can use the edges of the foam dimensionals here for your smaller sentiments. So if I take this one away, and if you can see, there's that piece to the left there. So you can just literally cut along the edge, like so. And then we'll take that piece. Just cut it into little components to fit your card. Hope you can see that okay. And we can just put that together. So there's comfort. Here's the tidings. And you could mix and match sentiments as well in different colours and in different fonts if you wanted to. And then the last one. So all of these designs will be on a video which will be on YouTube, so that when you open your box you can have a look at that, and that will show you how to put your cards together. You will have some components left over. Your main cards and your panels will be the right number, so there's 10 of those, but you will end up with sentiments left, I'm sure, and some little houses and things, so you could go on to make more. Okay, so I think I'm going to do tidings, of comfort and joy. Now if you've got good handwriting, of course you could write your own Christmas sentiment on here. And if you're not very good at lining things up, you could also put these at a deliberate angle so that they weren't in a line, so it didn't matter how they went together. And there we have it. Let's fold that over. If you want to get a nice crisp edge, you could use the edge of a ruler, okay, or point of your scissors. Just make sure they're clean to start with, just to make that a nice crisp edge. And there's your finished card. Okay, so I hope you like the kit I've put together. As I said, I have got the advanced kits coming out later in the week. They will include a lot more. They start from £20, and you will have much more paper and obviously much more ability to do different things with them, and there'll be more techniques and layouts included. But I hope you like the kit. Thank you so much for staying with me today. These are the samples from the kit itself. I'll just pop a couple of those out for you. If you are interested in these, then let me know and I can get these ready sent out to you. As I said, to a UK address. If you live in Brackley or the local area, I can deliver them by hand. They're £10 for the kit, £12 if it needs to be posted to you. Thank you so much. Let me just see if there's any questions. No, it doesn't look like it. So, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a nice evening. I'll be back tomorrow with some brand new products that have just become available as from today. So that will be at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I hope you're able to join me. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's what I'm after. So thank you so much for joining me. I will hope to see you again soon. Take care, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I hope you can keep crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye.